last minute. Kind of like the old saying, wait till you see the whites of their eyes. Let them get nice and close. So they sat back there, which I'm sure was difficult, and watched these British redcoats march closer and closer and closer. And then finally Jackson gave the order to fire, and these guys were basically at point blank range. And they wiped them out by the hundreds. Okay, wiped them out by the hundreds. Well, this final assault, this third assault, took less than 1 hour from start to finish. And during their retreat, Sir Edward Pakenham was shot twice and killed. Comparable to when Simon Fraser was shot by Timothy Murphy, you had a leaderless army, and things went into chaos. And the British began to retreat heavily after Pakenham was shot. So during this final assault, Sir Edward Pakenham was shot twice and killed, and left the British without an overall commander. And when the smoke cleared, Jackson's men surveyed the battlefield, and all they could see, according to journals, was a sea of red. There were hundreds of redcoats lying dead or wounded on the ground in front of them, from where their fortification was to where the British were camped at the sugar plantation. Just a sea of red is what they said. Not so much blood, maybe, but what? Red coats. Okay? Now, in the end, they estimated that about 2,000 British soldiers were either killed, wounded, or captured during the Battle of New Orleans. About 2,000 British soldiers were either killed, captured, or wounded during this battle. On the American side, it was stated in journals that 24 Americans were either killed or wounded. None were captured, obviously, right? None would be captured. And what Jackson's victory did is it kept the British from gaining control of the Mississippi River by not being able to take New Orleans. But the most important thing about the Battle of New Orleans is it gave Americans the impression that we had won what? The War of 1812. Because ironically, the treaty that will end the War of 1812 was being negotiated before the Battle of New Orleans even started. So they already realized that this was not going to work for them, and they were tired of it. That's kind of the British MO. They get tired. Okay, now I want you to keep your notebooks out. You can write down some things maybe I didn't tell you, but for the most part you should get all of this. But what this shows you, kids, is what the Battle of New Orleans was all about, and it'll give you an opportunity to be better in your essay that you're going to have to write, because it's totally on this.